In the third video of our Go Slow, Go Guardian series, we're going to talk about scenes, and I'm going to show you how to set up a scene. And what scenes do is they add another layer of filtering in addition to the filtering that the school district already does. So it doesn't take away, it just adds to. And scenes are made independently and then they're applied to different sessions. So to start making a scene, you click on Scenes from the left side menu. And then these are all the scenes that I've already made. Like there's a game called Pikes, and I've made it so that students can't play Pikes during my session during the class if I apply this scene. And there's other ones. Here's one that they can only use the Google Suite and Kahoots. And so that's kind of how you're doing that. So right now I'm going to add a scene. And when you create a scene, you have to give it a name. So I'm just going to call it Go Slow. And then a description, and that is optional. And then the filters that you use on the scene are either allow mode or block mode. In allowed mode, all websites will be allowed except for those that you block below. In block mode, which is the more restrictive, all websites will be blocked except for those that I allow. So it's a little bit backwards of the way they're named, but you can kind of get the idea. So I'm going to do an allow scene, and I don't want students to be able to use YouTube while we're in class. So I'm going to block YouTube. And then I just add this site. So if I were to use this filter if I were to add, not a filter, a scene, if I were to add this scene to a session, students would not be able to watch YouTube. When they tried to go to YouTube, it would say this website has been blocked by your teacher. And so then the same thing goes with block mode. Like I say, block mode is the more restricted. And so I could put down here, maybe if we were just taking a quiz, I just wanted them to do that quiz, like grade cam maybe, and not be able to search the internet for things. Now, there are sometimes that in order to get the full use of a website, you have to allow more than just the base site. And one good example of that is Kahoots. Kahoots takes 3 different sites, 3 different websites in order to play a Kahoots game. There's the login site, there's the site where the students get the code, and then there's the site that has the actual quizzes to it. So if I was doing allow, if I was doing a block mode and I just put Kahoots.com, the students wouldn't be able to play the Kahoots game because it takes more than those three. But if I add this list, and there's all three, this is Get Kahoot, that's where you sign in. This is where they get their uh, code, and then this is where the actual game is. Now they could play a Kahoot game and they can't go to anything else. So these lists are pre-made. Like here's one for Grade Cam Student Portal on the block mode. And you can make your own. These are ones that the district or people have put in. Notice here's G Suite. This is everything you need. If you just wanted students to be on G Suite, it's 24 different sites. That's it's pretty much everything, all the G Suite. And then Reading Plus has two different. So these are ways that you don't have to put in all the websites. You can just do those. You can make your own list if you want to, just by using Create List. And so the other thing you can do on the filters is you can do tab management. So you can make a list of tabs automatically open at the start of the classroom session. So if I wanted, like maybe for kindergarten kids, I would want the Seesaw to open automatically when the session starts. I could just put in seesaw.com, and then that tab would open for them immediately, and they wouldn't have to try to type that. And then I can also set a maximum number of tabs. Right now, it would be no limit. And then I can just put that down there. So that's all the things I can add to a scene. And I can do either or both. I can have a filter and I can have tab management, or I can just have tab management and no filter, or I can have both together. And then all I have to do is click on Save Scene, and then that would be saved. And so the way this works is when I go to settings and when I either put in the calendar or when I start the class, this class doesn't have any students in it. Let's start this one. When I start the class, I can add a scene. Right here. I could do just Google. So now I have the scene. Scene here is just Google, and it will stay there as long as I'm in this session. So that's how you do sessions. Once again, sessions and scenes. That's how you do scenes. Scenes just add another layer to your ability to monitor students, and it also helps with your classroom management. So our next and final video will show how you can do reports, so that if you need to document inappropriate behavior in the classroom, you have that ability.